Hello everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Donkey Kong 64. In this episode we've got a lot of stuff we're going to be doing in Gloomy Galleon. I'm sorry that I'm not taking much time to introduce stuff, but, you know, basically the same thing that we've been doing for the past 3 videos now, which is grind our way through Gloomy Galleon, pick out all of the bananas and everything that we need to find. Believe me, I will be just as glad as all of you when this level is over. So this area, remember I said we had to come back here with Chunky and a couple other Kongs at the very beginning of the level? Well, now's the time to do it. Since we raised the water level when we were on guard a couple of episodes ago, we can now come back here as Chunky and play this little minigame. We have to shoot 6 targets on the wall. We have to shoot targets on the wall with 6 different... we only have 6 shots with our cannonballs. And unlike every other projectile in this game, the cannonballs actually fall out of the air. Which makes sense, I guess. They're cannonballs, but you still have to... They do explode, so you do have a bit of a margin for error, but you still have to compensate for the fact that they are falling as they fly. And you only have, what was that, 30 seconds or so? So it's not a hard minigame per se, but it is a bit frustrating, especially since there's a splat here who will ruin your day if you let him. You want to take this guy out before you try carrying the cannonball over, obviously. Otherwise, he's gonna knock you off the platform and into the water, and then, you know... You're gonna have to just carry it back over again. Which, you know, this isn't hard. It's just something that we need to do. It's just annoying and all that. Okay, here we go. Yes, I know where it is. It's right to my left here. And I have actually had the Kasplat block my shots before. That was annoying. Okay. That's not gonna do it. Yeah, for this shot, for the last shot, you know, it's at the far end behind me. So it's actually possible for the Kasplat to block your shot if you try to hit the hit it while it's at the lowest part of the circle. Which, that's the thing. Each target has a different pattern, you may have noticed. This one just moves right to left, so that's relatively easy enough. This one over here to the left here actually moves in a figure 8 pattern. And the easiest place to hit it, obviously, is in the middle of the figure 8. And then the third one moves in a circle that takes up the whole end of the wall. It's actually easiest to hit it at the bottom part of the circle, but it is possible to hit it in other places. It's just a bit harder. See? I missed. Yeah. I'm going to make liberal use of editing in these coming episodes because I want to get through this as fast as I possibly can for your guys' sake as well as my own sanity. So I'm going to probably just cut back. After I finish this minigame, I'm going to cut back to having collected all of these bananas and things in here with the other Kongs. Just because I don't want to go through... I don't want to make you guys sit through just walking back through the same parts again and again. You know, because that's a lot of what this level is just coming back to the same parts again and again. And that's no fun. That's no fun to watch. I hate how the timer keeps running while okay. Right there. There, got it. See? It's not that hard, it's just a matter of getting the timing right, so it's a bit of trial and error, but like I said, not hard. Out of my way. Grab the golden banana. Chunky's actually made the most progress in this level out of all of our Kongs. He has 60 of his bananas and 3 golden bananas. He's almost done already, even though we don't have his blueprint yet. I'm gonna go ahead and go up here. Yeah, and I'll meet you guys back in the main area of the level after I collect those things with the other Kongs, Tiny and Lemon. Alright, I'm back. And interesting story. My Nintendo actually froze while I was on my way to collect that blueprint with Lanky, so I had to go back into the game and into the level after restarting the console. Thing is, though, apparently this game automatically saves your progress even after you've, even if you haven't hit the save thing in the start menu, it still saves your progress through the level, especially all the items you collect. So, yeah, cool story, Mark. Anyway, that switch up there allows us to go into this haunted ship. Well, it's not haunted, but it is a ship. A wrecked ship. There are pictures of Captain k.rool from Donkey Kong Country 2 on the walls, and everything else. Doesn't look like there's much else here except for some bananas over in the corner. But I think that there's something else here. I just need to find the way. See, the problem is, this level, a lot of these underwater portions are dark, realistically so. But the thing is that because they're dark, you have to have this fish swimming around behind you with a light. And that's a pain, because he never points the light exactly where you need it. Okay, there's a starfish with a whip. 2 starfish with whips. Ow. I don't know what stuff they're into, but I'm not gonna go there. And there's a banana barrel for Tiny. You can also enter this ship with Lanky. That's what that that's what that other golden banana is. That's for Lanky. So go ahead and, like I said, you want to focus on the red ones in this game. It's a lot harder this time around than it was before to actually hit the buggers. You can probably hear my controller clicking like crazy. Though you want to focus on the red ones, you don't want to pass up a chance to get a couple of easy green ones, because you're not going to be able to finish these just getting the red ones. You're going to need to hit a few green ones as well. This is a great way to practice your reaction time tests for the harder minigames that come up later in the game. Because, believe me, you're going to need to have your reaction time drilled to an absolute minimum. There we go. Not too bad. Like I said, you probably could beat it just by getting the reds, but you'd have to literally get all of them, or at least almost all of them, and that's not easy. So, turn around and swim back. I don't think there's anything here except for those 2 banana bunches, and then, yeah, just the 2 banana bunches and then a golden banana. So, as soon as I find my way out of here, ow, I'm going to cut back to coming into the ship with Lanky, and I will see you guys in a moment. Alright, so instead of hitting the switch right away, I'm actually going to come out here really quick and get that banana balloon that we saw a couple of parts ago. Just to make sure that we remember to hit this. And Lanky has actually got the most bananas here yet of any Kong. He has his full 75, which means he has his banana medal, which the banana medals technically don't do anything now that we've actually gotten the 15 we needed from Cranky to play his jetpack game. But being the completionist that I am, and vowing to do this game 101%, that means that, well, I'm going to be getting all of them. Not just 75 of each, all of them. You know, I'm going to have to end up off-screening a lot of it at later points in the game, but I'm still going to get them all. Okay, so Lanky, the ship for Lanky isn't the same as it is for Tiny. For Lanky, it's basically a treasure hunt, because we have to follow these bananas to the end of this room, and then grab Unguard. The golden banana's right there behind us, but obviously we can't reach it through this fence. So we have to come around this entire room with Unguard, hitting all of these treasure chests, and finding which one opens up a passage to get to the other room. I mean, it's not really that much of a treasure hunt. Most of these are just banana coins, and those are as useless to us as, well, the film. So, you just want to find, if you want to save time, you can just go straight to this one. It opens up this passage right here, which takes us, after a bit of a bend, here to the golden banana. Now, Lanky has 3. He is actually the most completed Kong now here instead of Chunky, because he has more bananas than Chunky does. He has 80 after we collect this bunch right here. 85, actually. So, yeah. Lanky is definitely the most completed Kong in this level so far, which stands to reason considering that since he can play as Unguard, that means he is actually responsible for opening up this level for most of the other Kongs. Screw those banana coins, I don't want to get them right now. And we got some other stuff to do. Okay, so now that we've gotten that ship out of the way, there's actually this ship out here in the middle. That's the main ship of this level. Oh, there's a chest there I missed. Might as well. This ship actually has a door in it for each Kong, and the music pads needed to open up. You need music pads to open up each different door, but they're all most of them are located in one area, but there are some that are kind of more scattered. Coins, screw them. Oh, and I was wrong about Ungard being able to kill the starfish. They just can't hurt him. It doesn't matter. It's basically an impasse. They can't hurt him, and you can't hurt them. So, you know, if you're going into an enemy-infested area, having Ungard along isn't a bad idea. It's just not necessary. You know, it's not necessarily any better. There's some... Are those chunky bananas? Yes, they are. 15 of them, too. Actually, come to think of it, there's a chunky banana balloon over there to the right above that sunken ship where we were before. Let me think. He's gonna have almost all of his bananas after we collect these, so... And I think... I'm trying to remember, I think that there's some of his in his area in the sunken ship as well, so we're gonna be almost done with chunky, banana-wise, as soon as we finish this, so... Oh no, those are donkey bananas. My bad. See, there I go, getting my hopes up and then having them squashed. Oh, here's some chunky bananas. Okay, so then I'm gonna go surface. And that's another thing about this level that I mentioned before, is that it's really, really easy to get turned around in here. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. But it's really easy to get turned around here because all the walls underwater look the same. Go ahead and go in first person and then get our gun out. That way we can press Z without worrying about it. Hit that. 90 bananas now for Chunky. And actually, let's go ahead and finish Chunky off. I think he's one of the ones that we can do the music pad thing with right now. Because, let me see, which way is it? I think it's this way. There's two passages here, one to the left and one to the right, and each one has different things that we're going to need to do eventually. I'm going to go to the left. I'm going to go to the right first. Yep, this is it. See that cactus-like structure there that's kind of poking up out of the water? This is where the music pads are for all the different Kongs. There's Chunky's blueprint right up on top. Sweet. And his last 10 bananas. So we're only going to have one golden banana left, and it's in the sunken ship. But IIRC, Chunky is the one Kong who actually doesn't have a music pad here. See, there's Lankies, there's Tinies, there's Ditties, and Donkeys. Yep, Chunky doesn't have one here. That makes sense, I guess. But yeah, we finished everything else with Chunky, so we might as well put him away for now and take Donkey out, since we got some more stuff we're gonna need to do with him. We actually haven't done all a lot with him right now, so go ahead and use this Donkey pad to play some music. Bongo pad, I should say, not Donkey pad. And it opens up the hatch number 3 on that side of the ship. It's hard to tell which is what when it comes to the sides of the ship and where the pads open up. So you basically have to look at the top, look at where the trapdoor hatch is, and then try to find the side that it's on. Luckily, they give you plenty of time, so if you don't know, if you get the side wrong, like see I did here, you can just swim up over the top, go down the other side, and find it. But it's still frustrating because, you know, why would you swim around the sides of this and make notes on where the doors were unless you were looking to find everything, like we are? So yeah, basically you're going to be exploring the same sunken ship with all 5 Kongs. And each Kong has their own little rooms that they can go to, which I believe some of them might link up it partially, but they don't actually go to the same rooms. They go to similar rooms, but in different parts of the ship. See that bone arrow on the floor? We're going to need that to find our way out. That's encouraging, right? So yeah, this is actually the ship's brig. the skeletons on the wall and the jail cells are any indication, there's a banana bonus barrel here that we're going to want to use. And this is actually one of the only times in Donkey Kong, in the Donkey Kong universe, where you can actually notice humans, is this level, because there are human skeletons all over the place. Not ape skeletons, human skeletons. They have human biology. So does that mean that we're living basically in a goofy version of Planet of the Apes, or what? But yeah, anyway, this is what I was meaning by reaction time games. As this game went on, we're only in the 4th level, and already we're basically getting this. That's all this is a reaction time test. All you have to do is snap the control stick to the spot, fire off the melon, and then do it. And there's no reason to have to reload your melons in this level. You know, you just double tap A, you automatically reload as soon as you get back to the center. This one isn't that hard as long as you know the correct strategy and everything, but, you know, they get harder, like I said. So Donkey's got 2 golden bananas now. He doesn't have his blueprint yet, though, if I remember correctly. So we still have quite a bit of collecting for him to do. But you might notice that there's also a banana trail leading off in the other direction here, opposite of where we came in, and where the banana barrel was. Well, there's some bananas, some banana coins, and then I believe there's something for Donkey over on this other side here. Maybe that's for somebody else, but I remember it being for Donkey. Maybe I'm wrong. Yeah, it looks like I am. You are going to have to come back to the brig later as a different Kong. I can't remember which Kong it is exactly, but you do have to come back here because there is something else that I remember being in the brig section of the ship that Donkey can't get to. So yeah, we're just basically going to have to keep doing the same thing 5 times with different Kongs coming back to the same part of the ship over and over. But you might say, well, where's Chunky's music pad? Well, he's got one, it's just I can't remember exactly where it is right now. I'm sure we're going to find it in a minute. We just have to, I'm just going to finish up the Kongs that I know are here, and then I can access for right now. And then we'll, let me just get this Diddy balloon here. Just so I don't forget, which I want to do. What are these banana coins? Screw that. Is there anything down here at the bottom? I don't remember if there is. Yes, there is, but that's not for us. That's for Tiny. Which, actually, let's do that with Tiny right now. It's just so I don't, again, it's just so I don't forget while we're here. Might as well. Then we can, I think Tiny is the other music pad that we can access. So we'll go ahead and do the thing down here with her, and then we'll do her music pad and go into the ship with her, because I believe she's the other person who can access the brig, if I remember. I'm not entirely certain on that, though. So yeah, see that pufferfish over there, straight ahead? Those guys actually swell up and explode if you get too close, so you're going to want to steer clear. Because they actually explode, and then they shoot their spikes at you. But the spikes are almost impossible to see, and they have a really wide hitbox. So you'll be taking damage without really knowing why. Okay, so this is actually a sunken submarine, grim as that sounds. That's infested with these pufferfish. There's all kinds of stuff in here. But what we're interested in mainly is items. So, see? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that crowd. I wasn't even... Okay, this is what we're interested in right here, bonus barrel. Again, it's larger because Tiny's smaller, but because the hitboxes are the same, it's glitchy to try to get into. Big Bug Bash. I couldn't really explain the intricacies of this game before, but basically, the only place that actually hits the bug is the very top of your fly swatter. But it's got a wider hitbox than it looks like. So as the round goes on, each new fly gets successively faster and faster. So you want to get them as soon as you can. And the longer you take on a fly, the harder it gets to kill him, because they actually tend to fly in random circles. Also, if he flies down at the bottom of the barrel, you're screwed. You can't reach him. See? That's where they spawn. Basically, they did that to make it so that you can't spawn camp, but you can kind of do it anyway, since, you know, they have to fly out of it anyway, eventually. This isn't as bad as Beaver Bother, but it is one of my least favorite minigames in the game, so... Thankfully, it is one of the ones that they allow you to practice on the main menu, so if you want to practice it before you actually do the adventure, you can do that. Gotcha! Oh, that's cheap! I beat it! I got all of them!
Welcome to bonus.
Oy. Yeah, we're gonna be running into a lot of that in this in the end game, is games that come down literally to the wire. A little too soon with that last one. Go ahead and get you. Gotcha. 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 See, it can either be really hard or really easy. It honestly depends on where the flies fly, because they're completely randomized. So if they fly in places where you can reach them, then it's not that hard. But if they fly in places where, you know, if they fly the wrong direction, then, you know, you're screwed. Okay, so that's finished. That's all we had to do there, literally. That's everything. And we don't want to go out to that underwater cactus again, and... Yeah, let me just... Yeah, there it is. I get all turned around underwater. Maybe it's just that I have a really bad sense of direction. Even in real life, I have a bad sense of direction, so maybe that's why I have such a hard time with this level, but really, I could never find my way around underwater. I always have to come to the surface, check for landmarks, and then turn around and go back. Okay, so she opens door number 5. I believe... I can't remember exactly what the pattern is for those doors. I don't remember if the odds are on the same side, or if the evens are... or if it alternates, or... I don't know. I know that door number 1 is on top, so... Let's see. This is where Donkey's door was, right? Yeah, so 2, 3, and then 4 and 5 are on the other side. And you want to stay well clear of it while you're looking for these doors, since when they're open, the grates... See, they kind of blend in with the darkness and the shades on the hull, so it's hard to find the little openings where you're supposed to swim. Especially when your TV's as dark as mine was when I first played this level. I know I've harped on it before, but it's true. This game, it does some really creative things with the lighting and stuff. There she is. I knew there was a banana fairy in the break somewhere. But yeah, this game does some really creative stuff with, not quite dynamic lighting, I'd say, but darn close. But the problem is that they're too dark. There's a lot of places in this game where it's just too darn dark to be able to see anything. And playing on a TV with bad contrast, like I was when I originally played this, it's almost impossible to see. Go ahead and collect those. Tiny is almost caught up with some of the other Kongs. She's still lacking a couple of golden bananas, but we'll be able to catch up with those relatively soon. So you're gonna have 85 bananas at the end of this. See what I mean, though, that the item collecting slows almost to a crawl? Now, this banana fairy is actually somewhat tricky because you have to take a picture of her between the bars of the cage. You can't take a picture of just the bars with the blue sparkles in it. It doesn't work that way. So you have to take a picture of her while she's, you know, in between, so that your normal strategy of just getting farther away doesn't quite work the way that it should. And this is one of the only fairies in this game where I have actually run out of film and had to come back with more film, which is really frustrating, considering that the door closes after you leave. It is possible to swim right up close to the bars and just take a picture of her through them, but it's actually harder to do it that way because the bars block your vision. They make the hitboxes even harder to do. But yeah, that's it. We got another banana fairy. Let me see. I don't think there's anything else down here. There's some useful items, but since we just got all of our stuff filled, we don't need them. I suppose we could always use some melon, but I'm just going to be switching Kongs, and your health automatically resets whenever you switch Kongs, so it doesn't really matter for that either. Now, I don't remember quite how much footage I have to cut out, but we're getting close to where I want to stop because we're going to have to switch over to Diddy and do some really panicky, flighty stuff with Diddy really soon. So, yeah. I think I'm actually going to cut this here, and we'll start up right where we leave off in the next episode with more of Let's Play Donkey Kong 64 as we continue our romp through Gloomy Galleon. It should only take us a couple of more episodes to finish this level off, folks, so it's not going to be too much longer. Don't worry. See you guys then.